Suktam 9.108.6. Yes, ya usriya apya andarashmano. O strong spiritual Soma, with your strength, cutting or splitting the cloud, you bring out the bright rays of light connected with water in the middle of the cloud. That you spread over for us herd of cows and horses. May you destroy our enemies like an armored warrior. This ruk can be interpreted in the physical sense or spiritually, depending on the meaning assigned to the words cloud and ray of light. Sota Parisinchata 108.7. Sahasradharam Vrishabham Payovridham 108.8. O sacrificers, please extract and be sprinkled with water Atmiya Soma, who is like a horse, who is praiseworthy, is active, is penetrating the sky, is crackling in the cloud, is causing water to flow, is having thousands of dharas, is mighty, is promoter of water, is dear, and is the great Ruta for the birth of shining beings. He is resplendent, he is born of Ruta, he is the king of all, he grows with Ruta. Most part of these ruks are self-explanatory. Soma causes the manifestation of Prakriti, and his glory grows with Prakriti. Abhidyumnam Brihad Yasha 108.9. O Lord of Wealth, Somadeva, desiring shining beings, please shine upon happiness and great renown, and bestow on us the middle cover. Physically, middle layer stands for atmosphere, and philosophically it stands for Hiranyagarbha, between Ishvara and Virat Purusha. 108.10. Avajyasva Sudaksha Chambo. O very young, extracted in the great receptacle, the space and earth, Atmiya Soma essence, you are like the bearer of all living creatures and are their king. Please be invoked and make the path for rainwater to come down from the shining atmosphere. For desirer of ray of spiritual light, please inspire intelligence. Edamutyam Madachyutam 108.11. The space milks only this very shining Soma, who is reeling with intoxication, is having hundreds of streams, is mighty, and is bearer of all objects in the world. 108.12. Ushavijatne Janayan. Spiritual Soma essence is well known as shower of essence of life. He is immortal and is generator of the universe. He is destroyer of darkness with his radiance. Well praised by wise poets, he holds a well-washed dress himself. Threefold layer comes into being on account of his marvelous powers. Spiritual light energy. Soma, comment, Soma covers himself with rays of spiritual light, well washed with shining water streams or flowing property of water particles. Soma causes the appearance of the causal, subtle and gross worlds or Bhu, Bhuva, Swa. Sasunveyo Vasunam Yo 108.13. That spiritual Pavamana Soma, who is the bringer of all objects, of all wealth, of all refreshments and of houses, is getting extracted by the sacrificers. No comment on this. Yasyana Indra Pibad Yasya Maruto 108.14. What spiritual Soma essence of ours Indra manifested self drinks, also Maruts or Bhaga along with that Yama, by what we prepare sacrifice to Mitra and Varuna. By that we prepare a sacrifice for Indra for our great protection. Indraya Somapatave 108.15. O Soma essence, held forth by leaders of men, you are possessor of a good weapon, namely spiritual energy, are most accelerating and sweetest. May you flow for Indra, for protection or for drinking. Indrasya Hardi Samadhanama 108.16, the last stroke of the sutta. O shining Soma, please enter the Soma receptacle in Indra's heart space, like rivers entering the ocean. You are welcome for Mitra, Varuna and Vayu. You are the supporter of the space and is the most excellent. The comment on this states that Soma only is the witnessing self residing in the heart space, with and also of Indra. This implies oneness of Atma in all living creatures. We go to Suktam 109. Agnaya, Rishi, Agnaya, Dhishnya, Aishwara, Devata Pavamana Soma, Chandas Dvipada Virat. 199.1. Paripra Dhanvendraya Soma. O Atmiya Soma, may the very sweet you cause to flow around for Indra, Mitra, Purusha and Bhaga. No comments on most of the rugs. Next rug, 109.2. Indraste Soma Sudasya Peya. O spiritual Pavamana Soma, may Indra drink the essence of the extracted you for intelligence and strength. So also let all shining beings drink your essence. 109.3. Eva Amritaya Mahe Kshayaya. O shining Soma, you are bright, are present in the shining space and is immortal like nectar. Please flow for bestowing mortality and the great home on us. Great home implies abode of Atma, the Self. 109.4. Pavasva Soma Mahan. O resplendent Soma, you are great. You are like a gathering of waters and are the protector of shining beings. Please flow towards all homes or living bodies. Shukra Pavasva Devebhya 109.5. O shining Soma, may the bright hue flow for shining beings. May there be happiness for the space, earth and for all born beings. Divo Dhartasi Shukra Piyusha 109.6. O Atmiya Soma, you are bright. You are like water, are the upholder of the space and are a quick mover. You cause Sruta flow within truth. Comment. Soma causes the manifestation of universe with all its laws, which are bound to truth, or superimposed on the birthless state, which is the truth. Pavasva Soma Jumni Sudharo 109.7. O spiritual flowing Soma, you are glorious, are a good stream and are ancient. Please flow repeatedly to the great worldly strainer. Next track 109.8. Nirbhir Yemano Jnana Puta. Atmiya Soma is controlled by leaders of man. He is born, is purified, is pleasant, and is knower of his own self. May he make all objects flow towards us. Indupunana 109.9. Purified drop of spiritual Soma extending the universe may make good people and all kinds of wealth for us. Bhavasvasoma Kratve 109.10. O Soma, getting cleansed, may you flow like a speedy horse for bestowing intelligence or consciousness, strength and wealth on us. 109.11. Tamte Sotaro Rasam Madaya. O Atmiya Soma, your extractors purify the essence of acceleration, for acceleration. They purify Soma for the great inspiration. Great inspiration implies truthful knowledge or Vedic hymns. Shishum Jnanam Harim Murjanti 109.12. The extractors cleanse shining Soma drop, who is born like a child and is like a spiritual ray for shining beings. Indu Pavishta 109.13. Wonderful wise spiritual Soma drop flows in the middle or lap of water for delight and for prosperity. Vibharti Charvindrasya Nama 109.14. By what spiritual power Soma kills all enemies? He bears that wonderful Soma essence for Indra. Pibandyasya Vishve Devasu 109.15. All shining beings drink that essence of shining Soma, which is extracted by leaders of man and mixed with rays of spiritual light. Prasubhano Aksha 109.16. Getting extracted and possessing thousands of dharas, Atmiya Soma flows crossing the stagnant water particles of the woolly strainer. 109.17. Sa Vajyaksha Sahasrareda. Speedy Atmiya Soma possessing 1,000 kinds of seeds of living forms flows cleansed constantly by flowing waters and mixed with rays of spiritual light. Prasoma Yahindrasya Kuksha 109.18. O Atmiya Soma, controlled by leaders of men, extracted with the help of ignorance cloud, may you proceed well towards Indra's stomach cavity. 109.19. Speedy shining Soma, possessing thousands of streams or dharas, is being made to flow across the strainer for Indra. 109.20. Anjandyenam Madho Rasayanendraya. Sacrificers adorn the spiritual Soma drop with the sweet essence for mighty Indra for his delight. Devebhyastva Vrtha 109.21. O Atmiya Soma, extractors of Soma, cleanse you, who is spiritual light ray and is clothing or covering the water particles easily for drinking for shining beings. Last stroke of the Sukta 109.22. Indurindraya toshate nitoshate. Spiritual Soma drop is mighty, is getting mixed with the rays of spiritual light and is yielding water. He is being distilled for Indra, well distilled for Indra. Next Suktam is 110. Rishi Triyarunas Trasadasyu Devata Pavamana Soma Chandas Anushtup Brihati Virat Paryushupra Dhanva 110.1. O Atmiya Soma, please flow all around for distribution of wealth. Vanquisher of foes, you flow towards enemies. Please advance towards us for overcoming enemies demanding fulfillment of obligations. Anuhitva Sudam Soma 110.2. O purified or flowing spiritual Soma, we gladden the extracted you. Please advance towards vigor or food in the great kingdom of human beings. Please, implied meaning, please bestow vigor and food on mankind, we implore you. This is the gist of the Rak. 110.3. Ajijano hipamanasu yam. O purified or flowing spiritual Soma, simulated by the spiritual light rays and shining well with abundant intelligence, with your strength, you created the sun in the space. He is the upholder of water in the atmosphere. Comment on this. Soma causes manifestation of energy emitted by the sun. Adijano Amrita Makteshva 110.4. O immortal Atmiya Soma, you generated the decrees of the wonderful immortal Rita among the mortal beings, bestowing wealth on all, you nicely flow always. Manifestation of Prakriti composed of appearing and disappearing material objects is being attributed to Soma here. Abhyabhihi Sarvasa 110.5. O shining Soma, like some well ducts to give steady supply of water for men to drink, by renown you procure imperishable essence as though by the fingers of your hands. Comment on that. Soma bestows on human beings the spiritual light ray of the imperishable Atma constantly, with respect to both space and time, like an inexhaustible well of water. Adim ke chit pasyamanasa apyam 110.6. Then some who are shining bright like the Vasus, perceiving spiritual Soma, praise him who is related to water, resplendent stimulator or Savita does not display him. Implied meaning, intelligent men shining with knowledge praise Soma, flowing essence of Atma. Stimulator here implies Atma. Atma does not display Soma, who is the product of ignorance. Tve Soma Prasama 110.7. O Atmiya Soma, ancient sages preparing place of sacrifices held their minds on you for the great wealth or spiritual energy and fame. O hero Soma, may you inspire us to perform heroic deeds. Comment. Ancient sages meditating on Soma realize the truth about Soma. Divah Piyusham Bhuvyam, 110.8. What is like nectar for the shining space, from the shining space, is ancient and is praiseworthy. That great spiritual Soma essence is milked by the sages from the innermost recess of the shining space within their heart. They loudly praise him who is being born for flowing to Indra. Adha yadi me pavamanarodasi ima, 110.9. O purified or flowing spiritual Soma, later when you make ready the space and earth and all living creatures with your strength, then you sit like a bull among a herd of cows. Implied meaning: Soma creates all material objects in the universe and pervades them all. Soma punano abhyaye vare, 110.10. Purified spiritual Soma drop, getting purified, possessing thousands of dharas and abundant wealth, flows in the woody strainer, playing like a child. Esha Punano Madhuma, 110.11. This purified Soma drop is sweet, is keeper of Vrita, is giver of wealth, is the grantor of freedom, is the giver of essence of life, and is like a wave or illusion of water. He flows for Indra, manifested self. Last sukta in the sukta, Sabhavasva Sahamana. O Atmiya Soma, may you flow, overcoming enemies, desirous of battle, and drive away dangerous demonic characters or thoughts. Possessor of a good weapon, namely spiritual energy, may you vanquish all our enemies. We go to the next suktam, 111. Rishi Ananta Paruchevi Devda Pavanasoma Chandas Atyashti Ayaruja Harinya Punano, 111.1. Purified Atmiya Soma by moving golden radiance. Gold means golden colored spiritual energy quanta, which is attached to himself, overcomes all enemies, like the sun destroying darkness with his own rays. Streams of extracted spiritual essence shine. Purified Soma ray, spiritual, is reddish in color. He moves around all forms with 7 faces and with praises, jubilant with praises. 7 faces stands for 7 enjoyers, 5 sensory organs, mind and ego, aham bhava. With them, Soma moves from one living body to another, or activating them in each body, hearing praises of Vedic sages and enjoying them. This is the command. Tvam Tvatpaninam Vido, 111.2. O Atmiya Soma, you alone are the acquirer of wealth of misers. You are being cleansed by the parents in their own home and by intelligent men in the home of Vrita. Like Samahimes, he is heard even from a distance. Where knowledgeable men rejoice, there Pavamana Soma, shining with threefold splendor, upholds essence of life and food for living creatures. Home of Vrita could mean heart space, abode of Atma. Threefold splendor stands for the splendors which illuminate the 3 worlds, physical, subtle and causal. Wise sages extract Atmiya Soma within their minds, he makes a loud sound resembling Om. Purvamanu Pradisham Yati 111.3, the last work in the Sutta. Why spiritual Soma moves along the first or former direction. Soma's beautiful chariot belonging to shining space within the heart is being self-controlled with his own spiritual ray of light. Praises belonging to man go to him, spiritual Soma, delighting Indra for leading him to victory. Vajra, spiritual energy, also gives to Indra. O Atmiya Soma, when you and Indra come together in battles, you hold fast and become faithful forever. Meaning or comment, first direction is towards a strainer. Soma's chariot means shining drops of Soma, Atmiya Soma essence, driven by spiritual light of Atma. Soma bestows existence on Indra as universal manifested self. He never deserts Indra, witnessing self and Jivatma always stay together in all heart spaces. With this we go to the next Sukta, 112. The next three Suktas are supposed to be meant for the ears of a dying man and not chanted loudly. So, riks in these suktas will be identified by their numbers only. Suktam 112, Shishu Angirasa. No explanations will be given on any of the riks in this sukta. Shishu Angirasa Rishi, Devata Pavamana Soma, Chandas Pankti. In short, what the sage is saying in this sukta is the following. Each material body is in the universe, exhibits its physical nature. Each living creature acts according to the compulsions of the inner voice or consciousness. Both physical nature and consciousness, chit, are bestowed by spiritual Soma essence only. May Soma help Indra in procreating material forms of nature for enjoyment of men. 112.1. O spiritual Soma, our thoughts are different or manifold indeed. So also the religious practices of the people. A carpenter likes broken wood pieces. A doctor likes injured men. And Brahma, the creator, likes extractors of praises. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. 112.2. Artificers with dry wood, with wings of birds and with shining stones, desire a possessor of gold. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. The last part is repeated in all the riks in these suktas. 112.3. I am an artisan. After that I am a doctor. In this way, various minds desiring all kinds of articles like cattle perform different deeds. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Ashyovolha Sukham Ratham. Carrier of load, a horse, likes a comfortable chariot. Subordinate counselors like the words of jesters. A tail likes hairy partitions. A frog likes water only. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Next, Suktam 113 is from Maricha, Kashyapa, Pavamanaswama, Devata, Chandas the same. Destroyer of enemies, 113.1. Destroyer of enemies Indra may drink Atmiya Soma essence in a reedy or yielding protection pond of Soma essence, upholding strength within himself and performing great deeds. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all round for Indra. Soma pond only gives shelter or protection to Indra, or Indra creates material forms making use of drops of Soma from this pond, which may imply abode of Atma. 113.2. O protector of directions of the sky, munificent spiritual Soma, getting extracted, you please flow from the place home which one endeavors to attain with recitation of Rita, with truth, with confidence and with meditation. O spiritual Soma, may you flow all around for Indra. This will be repeated. Comment. May essence of Atma, Atmiya Soma, flow from the abode of Atma and inspire speech about Rita, reveal truth and become an object to be meditated on. Truth is beyond speech. 113.3. Daughter of the sun, dawn, procures the great Atmiya Soma essence which is nourished by the rain-bearing cloud. Sages take possession of him and uphold his essence in Soma. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Here dawn could also be dawning of spiritual light, and rain-bearing cloud symbolizes ignorance of truth, oneness. Rhythm, 113.4. O glorious through nature, truthful in action, Atmiya Soma, you are surrounded by your bearers, speaking Rita and its laws, telling truth, and speaking with composed mind. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Bearers stand for seers of Vedic Suttas. Difference between Rita and Satya are clearly spelled out in these three rigs. Satyamugras, 113.5. The streams of the great hero, spiritual Soma, flowing together cause truth, Atma, to flow together. Essences of the juicy Soma are held together. O ray, or spiritual light energy quanta, being purified by knowers or seekers of Brahman, may you flow all around for Indra. 113.6. O purified or flowing Atmiya Soma, where a knower or a seeker of Brahman, reciting hymns of the Vedas, exult in Soma with cloud, and where he generates bliss with Soma. O spiritual Soma essence, there you may flow all around for Indra. Comment. Where a seeker of truth generates bliss with Soma, there he attains truth. 113.7. O purified or flowing Atmiya Soma, where the light of intelligence or consciousness is perpetual, in which world one's own self is placed. Please nourish me in that imperishable world. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Comment on that. One's own self is placed in the abode of Atma, one's own heart space. From Rig 7, this one onwards, seer of the Sukta is praying for self-knowledge which will lead him to immortality. 113.8. Where the son of the shining one, Atmiya Bhavana Soma, is the king, where the confinement or descending of the shining space takes place, and where these great streams are reached, O spiritual Soma, make me immortal here. May you flow all around for Indra. 113.9. Where in the three shining worlds, or in the three painless worlds of the self, is a support according to the desire of the space, and where the worlds are shining, O spiritual Soma essence, you make me immortal there. May you flow all around for Indra. 113.10. Where there are desirers and desires, such distinctions, where there are enjoyers and pleasures, where is the world of the ruddy Soma, and where there is inherent power and contentment, O spiritual Soma essence, you make me immortal there. May you flow all around for Indra. Last trick of the Sutta, 113.11. Where there are pure enjoyments, mental delights, exhilaration and great rejoicing, and where her desires, wishes are obtained, O spiritual Soma essence, please make me immortal there. May you flow all around for Indra. With this we go to the next and the last Sukta of Mandalam 9. Suktam 114, same Rishi, same Devata, same Chandas. 114.1. Whoever approaches towards the homes of the purified or flowing Atmiya Soma, he is said to be possessor of good offsprings. Also, O spiritual Soma, whoever offers his mind to you, O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Comment. Whoever knows the homes pervaded by Soma, flowing essence of Atma, he knows the truth. He becomes identified with Atma. All objects in the universe become his offsprings. 114.2. O sage with black teeth, Kashyapa, pay tribute, you pay tribute to King Soma, making speeches to rise up with hymns prepared by sages, since he is the germinator and lord of all plants. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Comment. Soma, being lord of all plants, becomes provider of food for all living creatures, because plants are the sole producers of food, all others are food consumers. 114.3. O spiritual Soma essence, with these 7 different suns appearing in the sky, who are like 7 offerers of oblations, sacrificing regularly, and who are 7 shining sons of Aditi, Mother Nature, may you protect us severally. O spiritual Soma essence, may you flow all around for Indra. Next Ruk, the last one of Mandalam 9, 114.4. O King Soma, whatever is your well-prepared oblation, with that you protect us severally. May no hostile enemy overcome us. May our enemy, if any, not harm us at one time or the other. O spiritual Soma essence, please you flow all around for Indra. Here also enemy could be within oneself or external to his body. The coming Ruk is seen in Parishishta only and not in Rigveda Samhita. 114.5. Where that supreme abode is esteemed highly by enlightened performers of good deeds, there in that world of the all-pervading self, Vishnu, O spiritual Soma essence, please make me immortal. May you flow all around for Indra. This Suktam marks the end of Mandalam 9, a fitting end to a most sublime Mandalam about the causal world of Soma. Conclusion. This Mandalam can be seen to be a collection of suktas of ancient sages which are devoted almost exclusively to Pavamana Soma. From this fact, it should be clear that the seers of the suktas could not have been talking about the physical Soma essence, which is a purified extract of the Soma creeper. From the suktas presented in this Mandalam, one can form an idea of the concept of the spiritual Soma essence proposed by them. This can be described as follows. In the beginning, before the manifestation of nature, it was birthless state, which is beyond space and time. Then the illusion of shining waters, namely flowing property associated with water, was superimposed on the birthless state for explaining the process of creation of the manifesting nature. Mixing minute particles of spiritual light or quanta of spiritual light energy with flowing property or fluidity of drops of water, drops of Atmiya Soma or flowing essence of Atma was conceived of by the minds of the wise sages. This Soma essence is to bestow a sense of life on Indra, who is imagined to be the universal manifested self responsible for the creation of the universe. Indra creates infinite material forms which appear and disappear in nature continuously like thousands of streams, Sahasradharas, with respect to time by making use of these Soma drops. They bestow existence, Sat, on inert forms and also consciousness, or Chit, on living forms. In short, significance and importance of this Mandalam is the following. This describes the third or causal world which serves as a missing or connecting link between the fourth birthless state and the first two, gross and subtle. Wise sages knew that changeless Atma can never be the cause of manifestation of ever-changing nature. So they conceived of this Pavamana Soma, a mixture of real part, say, ray, and unreal flowing part, and assigned the causership of nature on Soma, Atmiya Soma. This is the crux of Soma Pavamana. No birth can take place in a homogeneous state or state of oneness. In mathematical terms, a complex quantity is expressed as x plus iy, where x is the real part and y represents the unreal. They cannot be added together as such because of their dissimilarity. For that reason, y is to be multiplied by an imaginary quantity root of -1. With respect to Atma, birthless state, nature is unreal. If nature is taken to be real, then Atma becomes unreal, y plus ix. Both parts cannot be real at the same time. This is the beauty of the concept of Soma Pavamana. The crux of this Mandalam: 1. Soma, unreal, flowing essence of Atma, and not Indra, is the cause of manifestation of nature. It is a superimposition on the oneness state, which is the base and not the cause of the manifestation. This is what the sages new with their mind's eyes. Somapavamana provides a moving witnessing Atma for all Jivatmas in the bodies of all living creatures, past, present and future. Union of this Soma with the spiritual dawn, Surya, is described in Suktam 10.85, which paves the way for the impression of birth of the material universe from birthlessness, matterless state of oneness. Paramatma Jivatma twin or Vishnu Indra combination or Dva Suparna of 164.20, the two birds having beautiful wings, etc., symbolize this Soma Indra combined, which represents the causal world of Soma. By implication, Somapamana becomes identified as the permanent perceiver eye, Sakshiatma, of this ever-changing universe, and the scribe of the treatise is non-different from that eye. Thus he becomes an accomplisher of the great sacrifice, and the mind freed from the body of Soma, from the body by Soma, attains the painless state talked about in 10.90.16. A thorough understanding of this third world is essential for approaching the fourth state, indivisible Om. Here we finish today's discussion and we finish Mandalam 9. Viramastavat.